Good day and welcome to the first substantive lecture on the Committee for the Review of the Implementation of the Convention. Now, firstly, as I said earlier in my first lecture, I want to introduce you generally to the UNCCD. Now, the UNCCD is an international legal instrument where country parties from around the world agree to have this instrument, and it actually was born in Rio in 1992 at the World Summit on Sustainable Development, but it came into force in 1996. Now, this convention has 195 parties, 193 of which are countries, and the other two are the African Union and the European Union. Now, for any convention to work, it must have a structure, it must have a set of bodies which allow it to do what it is supposed to do, because the convention itself is just an agreement, it is just words on paper. To put life to this, you need a structure. So the UNCCD is made up first and foremost of all the country parties, and as I said, the European Union and the African Union, and these together are called the Conference of the Parties, or just simply COP. Now, this is the top most powerful body of the organization, and it has ultimate authority to act. Under the COP, however, the COP is where everybody comes together, and this only happens once every 2 years. So what happened between those 2 years? You need other bodies which help the convention to realize its objective. So the convention has established a secretariat. This secretariat is where I work, and our job is to service the COP and the other bodies of the COP. We provide what are called secretarial services, thereby facilitating the implementation of the convention. There is also the Committee on Science and Technology. Now, this body is a body of scientists, politicians, and so on, open to everybody, but its main focus is the question of science and technology as regards facilitating the implementation of the convention. So you need some sort of financing structure. And if you look at Article 21 of the convention, you would see there's something called the global mechanism. Its job is to help in one way or the other secure the financing for this process, which we call the implementation of the convention. Outside of that, there is now what is called the CRIC, and this is what I want to get to. The CRIC was not established by the convention, within the convention itself. For example, if you look at the text of the convention, there's no such thing as a CRIC. There's the GM, there's the Secretariat, and there is the CSD. So the CRIC was established later. But why establish the CRIC? That's the first question. Why is it there was a need for the CRIC? Now, as its name suggests, the Committee for the Review of the Implementation of the Convention. Of course, the convention has to be implemented. But if you are supposed to know what you're doing, how much you're doing, how effective you are, then you need to review, or you need to take stock. And that's the job of the CRIC. The job of the CRIC is to actually take stock of what is taking place as regards implementation on the ground. So the CRIC was established actually by Decision 1, COP 5. So when they had the 5th Conference of the Parties, one of the first things they paid attention to was the establishment of this CRIC, or the Committee for the Review of the Implementation of the Convention. And they also then determined its terms of reference. Its terms of references says what it should do, what its mandate are. So this is what really happened at COP 5, that they determined that we needed a body to assist us, meaning the parties needed a body to assist them in the implementation of the convention. And so, not just the implementation, but including a review of the convention process. And so they came up with the CRIC. This was established at COP 5. Now, later on, what happened was that the process evolved. The entire UNCCD process evolved. And so the CRIC evolved with the process. In my next lecture, I will tell you exactly how this evolution took place and what the CRIC looks like now. Because as you know, the next COP of the CCD will be COP 12. So it means that From since the CRIC has been established, we have had 6 COPs, and the CRIC has evolved over those 6 COPs. So I will tell you a little bit more about that in our next lecture. See you then.